Okay. I guess, Randy, if you raise your hand, it's easier.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, are you there in the meantime while we bring people on? Okay. The Twitter Space UI is not the best. Maybe we can pass that on to Elon later.
Or we can invite him into the space.
Yeah, I'll send him a DM. Might need a second. So CZ, while we have a little lull, could you just share like a broader view? What any ambitions and thoughts for going into 2023 with Binance?
Actually, not too much. I'm not a big grand plans kind of guy. I think, look, so strategy is very simple, right? We just gotta keep building products people use and we just gotta be the stable source of energy and a stable source of positive energy in the industry. Just make sure our platforms are solid. That's it really. I think that in my experience in this type of environment, that's
got a
all it
notification
takes,
in time.
to be a strong player.
I gotta make sure the audio is working.
So it's simple. Yeah. Well, I think Ran can.
Cool. Yeah, we've got Ran here now. Sorry for the delay, Ran, please.
I've just joined. I've just joined, guys. Sorry, I've been in the meeting. I've just joined.
Guys, hit the like button as soon as you get in here. I'm very late to this.
For quite a while.
Yeah, no, I was on because I was on earlier when you guys started, and then I've just joined. But I'm here and I'm listening, and I'll ask questions if there's a need.
You want to? Okay, it's up to you. Yeah. You want to ask a question now? I think we finish in about a few minutes.
No, it's okay. No, guys, I was going to listen to the recording because I had a meeting at exactly the same time. My apologies.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, let's take a couple other questions then, Alex.
Okay, no problem. I'm just going to bring a couple people on. I see Greg's in the audience as well. Greg, I've invited you. Come in.
You're about loud, maybe 10%.
Okay.
10% too loud. Me? It's not even going into the red. So
now.
Yeah.
Okay, Yusuf, you're in. Do you want to go ahead?
Thanks. Hi, CZ. This is actually amazing speaking to you right now. I'm building something in Africa, Nigeria, precisely. We're building the first.
Why is everything around Africa? Building in Africa, is that the whole purpose of this?
City in Abuja, and basically, I'm trying to also put it on the blockchain. So when I saw you in the room, I said, you know what, this would be a good opportunity to see how we can have it worked out. So I wanted to see how this could possibly work because I have the solar company already here in America, partnering with a couple MIT.
Yusuf, let me interrupt you there. This is not a good forum to discuss how we can work together.
Sorry, my bad.
It's also not a good forum for us to see how we can help your projects, etc. That would take a long time and probably not in the best interest for everybody.
Okay, all right.
Truth.
Is there something specific you wanted to ask Yusuf?
So I just wanted to ask how we can build on the blockchain, basically, because I feel Binance is the brand, like he said. I've been using Binance for a very long time, and because I travel around, it's much easier for me to use Binance, and we mostly use Binance for transaction, not necessarily trading. So
okay, yeah, thanks. I think the question is quite clear.
But the question is too broad. How to use a blockchain?
You can't hear CZ.
I can give you a very long answer, or
he's on speaker, I think, even though the whole thing's on speaker.
Before I can answer, how do you put a green project onto the blockchain, etc. So it's a bit too vague, too broad. So I'll skip to the next question. I'll probably go for the next question.
CZ, it's Ran again, and you may have addressed something while I was not on, and maybe just for my benefit, if you don't mind addressing it again. I think in the last couple of days, obviously there has been a lot of FUD. I think people have a lot of PTSD after the FTX collapse, but it seems to me also like the FUD is coming from the same I won't say people or organizations, but it seems like the bullets keep being fired by the same people. Do you have any idea as to why certain people, organizations, which don't seem to be direct competitors to you guys, would have an agenda?
So interestingly, somebody else asked me this question before too. It's like, wait a second, isn't Sam already gone, and why are this guys still writing FUD about Binance? I don't know. So there's a few possible explanations, right? They may have already been paid already in full, so they need to carry out their end of the service just for their credibility, honor, or whatever contractual obligations. There may be other people who are pissed off that we somehow destroyed their source of revenue or source of income, so they are still attacking us. There's many different possibilities. At the end of the day, we don't know. We don't really try to spend time on it. We try to keep our platform solid. So I think like those things people may be curious about, but as long as we keep our product and platform solid and make sure that we run a very good platform, those things will die eventually, right? So they may be pissed off at us for whatever reason. Look, if you have a newspaper that got $43 million from funding from this guy, and somehow those guys may have a perception that we caused them to lose that source of fund, and they may continue to attack us. I don't know. What can we do? We didn't. Number one, we didn't cause the problems they had. We were not part of it. We never really attacked other industry players. We just wanted to sell some tokens that we got. Nothing wrong with that, I hope.
Yeah.
And that was it. So now all we focus on is just how to build. We always focus on ourselves, how to make sure that we provide the best product services. We're totally solid. We have no backups on withdrawals, deposits. Everything works smoothly. So that's all we care about.
I must say, I think that a stress test like the one, I don't even know if you want to call the last couple of days a stress test, because if you look at it in the big scheme of things, it was very, very small. So I don't think it was a real stress test. I think those are healthy because we want to stress test this industry. I think in the old days, as Simon Dixon mentioned on one of my shows yesterday, we used to do like a certain day of the month where it's like your keys, your Bitcoin day or whatever, where everyone withdrew their Bitcoin off exchanges to see if exchanges were solvent. I do want to ask you one more question, and I know it's going to be very tough for you to answer it, but as people that are not inside Binance and obviously big fans of Binance, there is a situation now where Binance, especially because FTX collapsed, has consolidated and become even stronger and more powerful in this industry. And if you look at the reserves on Binance and you compare it to all the other competitors, and if you look at the trade on Binance and you compare it to all the other competitors, Binance is by multiples bigger than the nearest competitor and maybe even most other competitors put together.
True.
Now, you'll understand that for an industry which is unregulated or not sufficiently regulated, for an industry which is multi-jurisdictional, which is, crypto is very, very unique, that one central point of potential failure is very, very, very scary for the industry. Now, it is testament to how well you guys have done and to the fact that you guys have done things right and that you've earned the trust of the community in the past. But what are your views on the fact that, you are so big in the industry and that there is potentially one potential point of failure from the way outsiders see it? Wondering on what your views are on how that gets fixed going forward, or does it need to be fixed going forward?
Yeah, so
good question.
that's actually a very good question, right? That's actually some really interesting topics we can dig into. First of all, on the withdrawals, so there has always been this concept for January 3rd, everyone should withdraw their money from the exchanges, etc. I think that's actually a very good idea, but in practice, there was a lot of FUD yesterday over the last 48 hours or so. People say, look, there was billions net withdrawals from Binance. Guess what? That's less than 2% of the assets on Binance, right? So it's actually quite hard to get people to move. So it's very difficult to do this test. There's many different reasons. Number one, it costs money to do this, right? So for 120 million, for 130 million users, and each have multiple different assets. So I don't know what the average is. Probably 10, 20 different assets. For people to withdraw all of that, that would be like 1 billion transactions. Each transaction costs $10, right? So that's going to be a lot of money. So practically you can't do it to
Each
any
transaction
meaningful
costs
sense.
$10.
So yes, there's FUD. Some people withdraw. You see it on social media. People say, "Hey, look, I've withdrawn, etc." But if you count the total number, it's actually a very, very small number. It does cause some stress on system side.
I think
But
proof of reserves has resolved that. To be honest, I think that what I mentioned was something we used to do in the olden days, but I think today we're already starting to see multiple proof of reserves. I think the Nansen dashboard yesterday, for example, was very, very helpful in showing exactly the extent of the, in inverted commas,
Yep.
bank run. Let's go back. Let's go to the point around
Yeah. So
you guys doing things too right for too long and building a business that's maybe too big.
Yeah. So on this point, I think Michael Saylor said it best. There is no second place. In a decentralized world, you're free to choose whichever platform you want to use. And most platforms are global, other than US, right? So most platforms are global. Why would you choose to use a second place exchange where yes, probably second grade security practices, second amount of investments in security teams, security
That's
infrastructure,
not the way you
etc.
think.
The second investment, the second number of users using it, the second selection of
That's the way not you.
available
That's
coins
the
to trade
you
on,
can't think like that.
the second reputation in the industry, etc. Why would people choose that instead of
You can't think like that. That's a monopoly way to think. You can't think like that.
Scale, we're able to invest heavily on security. We have stood the test of time multiple times. We're attacked all the time by fraud, by this and that. So we earn that trust. So why wouldn't people come to us? So
The leader
why
of
would
an
people spread
industry
out,
is only as
etc.?
strong as its competitor.
When people look at the
If you have no
industry, for
competitors, you're a
say, "Hey, look,
monopoly.
Binance is too large." But if you look at Uniswap has 70% of the DeFi trading volume by trading value. Pancake probably has more daily active users, but the high value stuff trade on Uniswap. So why doesn't people use some other thing? Because there's liquidity there. So in a free market, there is network effect. There is people moving to the first place. That naturally happens. Does that mean there's no room for somebody to innovate better? No, there's no restrictions on somebody building a better exchange. There's
You don't
no
give them any room though. Like
Uniswap or better swap. I think Pancake's trying that. A bunch of other people are trying that. When people do, those other new platforms will take over because more and more people will use those. So I think artificially forcing people to use second-tier exchanges is very bad. It's dangerous for the users. People individually will never make that decision because people individually, if I tell you, look, go use a second-tier exchange because we want to spread things out, they won't do it, right? So is that a problem for the industry? It's not a problem because if you want innovation, you gotta let people win, right? You gotta let people choose. People choose the best service that's available at the time. But the industry does not prevent somebody from building a new exchange. So in 2017, when I started, the highest amount of advice I got is the exchange space is saturated. There's no point. All the big exchanges are too big, are very big already. Do something different. Everybody tried to do an exchange. Most people fail. So that's the most advice I got in 2017 when we were starting. Today, if you want to start an exchange, that's probably still the same advice, but it doesn't mean that somebody couldn't build a better one. Binance, we're still constantly improving ourselves. There's many areas we can improve. So this is just free market behavior. And also, is there any risk if we fail? It depends on how we fail. If you say, look, we're running out of money and this is no longer a sustainable business because everybody moved to DeFi or everybody does something else. As long as we fail honorably, like credibly, we let people withdraw their funds. The company ran out of money. That's okay, right? So then people don't get hurt. If in the case of FTX, they took customers' money away, and that hurt a lot of people. That kind of failures have an outsized impact than their own failure. If a small exchange fails and returns customer assets, that's fine. It's not a big issue. So it depends on how
Weren't
we share.
they
If
large
we
in
share, I
volume?
hope we don't.
Can I just ask
yeah.
you, can I just extend that? Sorry, I know I'm taking up some time, but this is really the last question. When you guys measure yourselves internally at Binance, do you ever measure yourself as a success metric? How much money is deposited on the exchange? Like, do you like celebrate when the number on the exchange goes from 55 billion to 60 billion to 70 billion? And why I ask that is probably the next question is, which is, do you encourage people to actually take their money off centralized exchanges as an exchange owner and store it in a wallet? So I think the first question is, do you celebrate when numbers go up, and then do you celebrate when numbers go down and encourage people to actually put money into cold storage away from centralized players?
Short answer is no. We never had a KPI in terms of user asset storage on Binance. We never had a KPI in our existence, to the best of my knowledge. So internally, I never seen a discussion like that. We never said, okay, no, our goal is to get more people to deposit with us. That's never our target. And number two is yesterday, for example, there were suggestions internally in Binance saying like there was more people want to borrow BUSD, and not enough people put BUSD into the savings earn program, so that it can be lent out. We were actually there was discussion about raising the interest rate on the USD stablecoin somehow. We said don't make that change, because that could be seen as we're increasing interest rate, trying to prevent people from withdrawing, or try to persuade people from not withdrawing. We try to be very neutral. We don't comment. We don't tell people not to withdraw. We don't tell people to withdraw. We don't want to be we want to be neutral. So if people want to withdraw, they withdraw. If people want to deposit, they deposit. We don't encourage people to withdraw away from centralized exchanges for two reasons. Number one, we are a centralized exchange, and it makes people you can just imagine the memes, right? So CZ tells people to withdraw, so Binance must be having issues. You can just imagine that. Number two is more fundamentally, today most people use centralized exchanges because they're not able to hold crypto safely themselves, right? So I always say, look, you can hold, if you're technically capable of holding crypto yourself safely, please hold it yourself. And if you don't trade, if you trade, you're gonna have to have some funds on Binance. But for most people, for 99% of the people today, asking them to hold crypto on their own, they will end up losing it much more likely than they actually put it on a solid crypto centralized exchange. So most people are not able to back up the security keys. They will lose the device. They will not have the proper encryption for their backup. They will write it on a piece of paper. Somebody else will see it, and they will steal those funds. And also today, we're very fundamentally, if a person passes away, they don't have a way to give it to their next of kin. Whereas we have a standard operating procedure, like, if a next of kin come with a death certificate, we verify that, we wait for a month, make sure the guy doesn't come back from the dead, and then we give the funds to the next of kin. So all of these problems are not solved in the hold your own key world. So I'm neutral. Like, we have Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet has 50 million downloads. So it's the most downloaded wallet, and we haven't monetized that product. But we can let it grow. It's fine. It's very easy to monetize. If we charge a tiny fee per transaction, we'll make money. So it's not like we're married to the centralized exchange, but we got to be careful that I cannot recommend people to withdraw from exchanges. That's just against a number of things. So it just causes all kind of problems. So I always try to educate people so that they understand.
He just
what
said
they're
that
doing.
if he
There are
told them,
risks.
they wouldn't do
Holding
it.
your own crypto in your wallet is not risk-free. I actually think more people lose money lose more crypto when they hold it on their own than on a centralized exchange. But when it happens on a centralized exchange, especially the way when they lost it with FTX, that's fraud. That's very frustrating. So when you hold it on a centralized exchange, there's counterparty risk. When you hold it yourself, you have to have that done securely. Otherwise, you will lose that money too. So different solutions have different risk profiles. It's not like holding your own coin is risk free. That's kind of my view on that.
Amazing.
I think we're at time. We actually kind of at an hour.
Good. Yeah, look, thanks for all your transparency, and I think the one thing that we definitely can say is that every time that we've needed you to come out and speak, you've always been very transparent and maybe even over transparent. And I think that's been great leadership. So thank you, my friend.
Yeah,
I think he
thanks for
just
all the
speaks
support.
until time's up.
Cool. All right. I think that's really it. We actually overran by quite a bit. It's an hour. Usually it should be 30 minutes, but people are. It's good to do a longer one this time, and I try to do this more often, once every couple of weeks. Yeah. So I want to thank everyone for your support. And Binance is not perfect, but we're pretty decent, and we're solid. There won't be any issues with us. Just because FTX has those issues do not exist in Binance. And yeah, so I want to give people that peace of mind. Doesn't mean we're perfect. We still have a lot of room to improve. So please give us your feedback, your product suggestions, your customer support suggestions. Talk to us through our customer support on Twitter, etc. So thank you so much for your support, and until next time then.
Great. Thanks, CZ. And thanks everyone for tuning in. I think we're doing a good job of bringing different people on the stage every time. Sorry if we didn't get to you, but yeah, like CZ said, we'll be doing these frequently. So please come back, raise your hand next time.
All right. So it ended. So I mean, I don't know, the way that I look at that and I hear everything he's saying. One, I feel like he just talks until until we run out of time, really. Answering like a couple of questions. Now I know I got there late, but definitely more of the exciting time to where things were in question. And I think that was the end of that. There were some really, really good questions. But CZ was definitely, I think, making the situation worse as he kept talking, because he's basically, like someone says up here, basically trying to form a monopoly. Now, I just put out something on Twitter. Just just a statement that I made. So the more competition you have, and I'm not going to show it on screen right now, I'll show my screen a little bit later, but the more competition you have in the market, the stronger the industry. The fact that CZ wants Binance to be a monopoly in a sense is not good for crypto. You can't control everything, because if you fail, then the industry fails. That's the issue, is that you're only as strong as your competition, right? Because you need competition. That's why you see, different competitions for internet. And crazy thing is, that's a whole situation where it's not really competition. It's more about structure within certain areas of the country. But I hate the fact that he's trying to become the not only the largest cryptocurrency platform, but control everything. In every way I've seen him try and, attack exchanges and say, well, this isn't the way that I would do it, so maybe you guys should come over here. It's like, I'm not saying you shouldn't trust Binance or you shouldn't go to Binance. I'm just saying that it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird to me that he wants to control everything. I've grown up in studying business, in school, and the one thing that they tell me is that, you don't want to form a monopoly. You can form a monopoly, but he's trying to do that in a way with all of these quote unquote smaller exchanges that he says, even though FTX had multiple billions of dollars in volume, more than what you see with Coinbase, which is insane. To call them small in that way is kind of ridiculous, because people did invest billions of dollars on there. You didn't listen objectively. You had an opinion you wanted to confirm. CZ can't encourage competition. Why? What? You can't encourage competition? Name one business owner that doesn't encourage competition. And if you can't come out and say, look, I don't have an opinion that I wanted to confirm, that's not even close to the case. He's coming out and saying all of these things that are literally verbiage for monopoly, right? If you're sitting here saying that you can't tell someone to go and invest into another place, you can't tell them to hold it on the wallet, or tell them that they can't hold it themselves, that they need an exchange in order to hold it for them. That's like someone telling you you're going to need a financial advisor. You're going to need somebody that's going to manage your money, because you can't manage your money for yourself. You're basically telling people that they are stupid there. That's one way to basically say that this is the only way and get a trusted exchange. He's hinting that Binance is a trusted exchange, which it is a trusted exchange, right? You have a lot of holders, you have a lot of volume that goes in and out. I know people made a stink about $6 billion of outflow, but there was also like $6 billion of inflow. So he did encourage competition. I mean, it seems like he's attacking competition. Look, I mean, we can look at it and we can dissect it however we wanted to. But I can tell you the way that I'm looking at it and the way that a lot of people hear it when he speaks about Binance and he speaks about others in the industry, he's mainly just focused on the fact that he says he wants to, see the industry grow. But in order to see the industry grow, you have to see others that are on there. It's like if you owned a business, would you take all of your products and sell them to the same company, sell them to Target, right? What if Target decides to discontinue your product? Now you have no more sales. That's the issue that we deal with, is I just don't want to see that, right? Apple does not promote Samsung. They do. They technically do, because if they ever have any times to where they fight, that's promotion without actually making it realize it's promotion. So when Samsung says, "Oh, the notch," when they have that commercial with the notch, they're attacking Apple, which gives them business as well, gives Samsung business. There's always a way to attack. There's FiOS, there's Comcast. You have all of the different competitions that attack each other, and they don't necessarily have to support them, but by mentioning them, you are supporting them, which is crazy. That's a part of business. Without your competition, you're nothing. PlayStation does not support Xbox. They do. Again, they will come out and attack, right? Competition is great for it. You do that 100% of the time. Every business finds a way to do it. There's commercials with Coca-Cola and Pepsi. They all do it. It's how you do it. And if you don't, then you are not promoting a good industry. You don't care about the growth of the industry. That's all I'm saying. And I think he needs to realize that and not try to be, yes, he can be the largest crypto exchange, but also understand that others can join you in that effort. Without competition, my business is nothing. Yeah. And if you look at, I'm trying to follow your logic. My logic? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying CZ's a horrible guy in any way. I'm saying maybe he has the wrong mindset. And I'm not saying Binance is completely struggling. I'm not. I'm not saying that, they are a monopoly, but it seems like with all the verbiage, it seems like he's trying to be. So if CZ attacked other exchanges, would you be saying he's supporting them? So this is the thing. If it's healthy competition, yes. If you're saying something like, "Oh, I hold majority stake," so if Samsung came out and said, "I hold majority stake of Apple, and I'm going to go ahead and sell all of my shares of Apple because I don't believe in that product," then that would be a different story, right? That's the problem with the difference within exchanges, is that within exchanges, you can hold some of those exchange tokens. So it's a different story a little bit there. But yes, essentially, if he came out and he was just like, "Yeah, you know what, come over to crypto, or come over to Binance from crypto.com because we offer this that's better than crypto.com." Yeah, would 100% support it, because he's basically saying, "Oh, crypto.com has this, then crypto.com has a rebuttal, they have some sort of response, and then you go on about your day." But sorry, I was reading something else that you were saying something about me. But yeah, I think there's differences to actual competition, because he attacked FTT, or he attacked FTX by saying, I'm selling all my FTT. That's essentially, Tesla coming out and saying that they are, I don't even know, and there's a lot of EV companies at this point. You attack anyone, I don't know, Ford, they're creating electric vehicles, right? You attack them and say, we have better cars. We've had them for longer. You talk about your business over the other business, but to collapse a business is a different story. Now, understandable that FTX needed a reality check, but there's no need to attack a ton of exchanges, by selling your positions that you hold within them. Look at the history of BNB and CoinMarketCap. He has held the number one spot for an exchange for all eternity. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad that he holds the number one spot. I would like to see competition, just like I like to see people want to see competition between Bitcoin and Ethereum. We want to see that back and forth. Right now, Bitcoin holds 38%, 39% of the overall industry, of the overall market cap. And Ethereum holds about 20%. So there's some form of competition there. Everybody wants to see competition everywhere. It makes the industry healthy. If you don't have it, we don't have a healthy industry. It's as simple as that. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying that he doesn't know how to do business. I just think that maybe they're sort of barking up the wrong tree there, for lack of a better term. And when I say that, I mean the monopoly tree. CZ talks and affects crypto stocks every time. Yeah, that's true. He has 8 million followers, so I would imagine he would affect a lot. He had the right to sell his FTT. FTX shouldn't have allowed a rival to hold such a large position. That's the crazy thing, is when you have a token, you can't dictate who buys your position. You can dictate like what the largest position can be. So yes, they could have done that, but a lot of times you need exchanges to hold a larger amount so that you can sell it to people. Now, CZ ended up saying, hey, I'll sell all of it, and he didn't even sell it because he cares about the industry. Well, if you care about the industry, if you didn't sell it because you care about the industry and the entire industry collapsed because of what you said, I mean, I feel like that's, I don't know, it's weird. FTX was finished well before CZ sold FTT. So he didn't sell it. I think he still holds on to it, right? But yes, I know what you mean. Personally, I would wait, sorry. Thought it would be bad if he didn't disclose selling all FTT because of finding out FTX was bad. So the problem is that he still holds FTT. Don't they still hold a majority of FTT? Binance didn't bought FTT token. FTT launched through Binance. That's even worse. CZ helped us get over and done with in 2022. And of course, competition is good, but it's not his fault. He is winning from building a good business. So yes, you're right. You are right. But there's a difference between building a good business or building a business that you feel like is too big to fail. Because think about it. Think about this. If we're all holding our money on Binance and Binance does something wrong, right? And we don't know because, they don't release absolutely everything. They are as transparent as they can be from what we understand. But say they do something wrong and then Binance, goes down. All of us go down. The industry goes down. And I don't want crypto to collapse because of one exchange that's there. So I agree with you. I like the fact that he's building a successful business. I'm a fan. Whenever I watch sports or I watch anything, I'm a fan of record breakers, right? I like watching record breakers. So if you're Steph Curry, I like seeing you break the record for threes. If you're, LeBron, maybe the points or whatever, right? Tiger Woods, I want to see him break. I don't know if he'll ever do it again because of the whole leg industry or leg injury industry, the leg injury. But I'm a fan of competition. I'm a fan of record breakers, and I like the fact that they're so big. I just need them to kind of be okay with having competition, because FTX was growing really, really fast, and obviously too fast, and had way too much leverage there, was way over leveraged. But, calling them, I guess, a small exchange for how much volume they actually did is kind of insane. It was competition volume. It was volume you saw in the multiples of billions versus what you see with Coinbase. Let me go to the different exchanges here. Let me go back here, go to exchanges. I'm going to show you guys my screen right there. All right. So what you see with the other exchanges, obviously you see $12 billion in volume, almost $13 billion in trading volume. And then you see $1.6 billion, $1.6 billion here for Coinbase. And that's the closest, right, in volume. Now, what you saw with FTX was FTX had multiple billions of dollars in volume on a daily basis. You're seeing Coinbase still have billions of dollars as well. But it's just not up to the same level as what you see with Binance. Like even MEXC has 1.2 billion. LBank has 1 billion. Crypto.com has $259 million. So we want to see more and more competition here, just like we want to see more and more competition within the crypto market in general. So Bitcoin and Ethereum. I most definitely prefer you over CZ, by the way. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. Dad power. Yeah, the kids are crying upstairs. I saw a kitty. Did you see a cat? He's right there. He's laying in the background somewhere. Amazon has at least 50 cases on them in my country. For what? Crypto is unregulated, bro. Until it gets regulated, it won't be a safe investment. I don't think anything is really a safe investment. Yes, crypto may be a little bit more risky, especially with how the exchanges are rolling and all that stuff. Like, I know it may be a little bit more risky, but it's still an investment. All investments are risky, right? Real estate is risky. The stock market is risky. Investing into a physical business is risky. Matt, you got a lot of new friends in the chat. I do have a lot of new friends in the chat. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, please hit the like button. It does help out. I know the reason why we do have this is probably because of CZ that was speaking live. Literally throughout the whole thing, I was trying to figure out what I was doing here because I wasn't fully finished setting up this because Erica got me a new desk. It was funny because she got me a new desk for Christmas, and she was like, I got you something for Christmas, and I have an issue. It's too heavy for me to carry. So I'm going to need you to pick it up and bring it in the house. But then it messes up the surprise. So she was like, you can have it, but just know that's one of your Christmas presents. And I was like, all right, that makes sense. So I'll carry it. And it's good because I was able to set up the desk, and now I just need just maybe a couple better things to set up here. I absolutely despise this mic stand, this mic arm. I need a better one. But yeah, I didn't know what to do this morning because I was trying to set everything up and get things ready. I was listening, and that was the most eventful thing that we've heard within that AMA, was really breaking down, you know, his thought process around his business and, you know, anybody that's in second place. He essentially said, if you're not first, you're last, without saying it. And I was going to put that in Twitter on a tweet, but I didn't know how to structure it, so I didn't do it. But he basically said that if you ain't first, you're last. Trademarked by Ricky Bobby Inc. If someone steals my money from the bank, it's insured. Crypto is not. You're right. I'm going to roll another joint. Might get on your level then, Matt. Of what? Get on my level of what? Of being high? Is that what you were saying? Because I'm not. I mean, I'm pretty tall, but that's the most. That's the extent of being high. Real estate in America is over leveraged. No wonder Grant Cardone is bragging he can use $600K to buy 2.4 million. The crash will be epic. I see where you're coming from. I know exactly what you mean. You know, when you can buy a larger property and, you know, do whatever you need to do to renovate it, or just sell it or hold it for a long period of time. There are some people that are not really smart in real estate, though. They'll buy a very expensive property and try and rent it out. Like, people rent in those areas. Like, you have to check a lot of different things when you're in real estate. And I'm not sitting here giving you real estate tips because I am not in real estate, but I've studied a lot of it just to be able to introduce myself to the market. But I and everybody else should understand that if you're buying a property, right, and your intent is to rent it out, don't buy a property in where majority of people buy their places, not rent, right? If you're looking at a $1 million, $2 million place, and majority of people, 99% of people within that community, buy their houses and own their houses, you don't rent to anybody there because nobody's going to rent there. That's just, it's just going to happen that way. You may see somebody that rents short term, but it's never going to be a long term situation where people rent a $2 million house. But that's just what I guess a lot of people understand. But I do want to get into real estate because you're right. It is over leveraged, but as long as people are making their payments, as long as you're not going into massive foreclosures, you'll be fine. I'm not sure how much Matt knows anymore from when he said he didn't know who BitBoy Crypto was. He saved crypto by applying pressure to create his crypto bill. So you're not sure how much I know anymore. Just understand that I know about trading and investing because that's what I do. It's not about understanding everything that happens within an industry because I generally don't care. There's a lot about the stock market and different businesses that I don't know, but if I see an opportunity, I know how to invest with that opportunity. That's what the mindset is, right? And I'll admit that there's a lot of things that I don't know within the crypto market, but understanding who BitBoy Crypto is, one, I just don't recognize the name, but I did recognize the face. But you're right, I guess. You may not want to trust me. I'm not asking for anybody to trust me. You can do whatever you want, and watch whoever you want to watch. This is the interesting thing about YouTube, is that there's so many other people that you can watch, if you don't trust me. And I'm not saying that you have to come to me. There's so many other people. You see? Promoting competition. There's other people out there. Go watch Crypto King. Go watch Classy Crypto. Go watch Altcoin Daily. They have good stuff. There's a lot of different people. I haven't seen one of Brian Jung's videos in such a long time. I should probably check him out later today. I want to see what he's up to, because I know he was talking a lot about crypto, but I think he was starting to go into like different spaces as well, not only just crypto. And I think he has like a million plus followers or subscribers. So that is highly intelligent. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. I try to do as much research as I can on the things that I feel are necessary to my strategy. And sometimes, obviously, people ask me, I will, I'll do some research on their behalf on things that they want to know. Why doesn't one exchange come out and guarantee money up to 250,000, and they're so sure about their company, it's so strong, it should be a piece of cake. So the issue that you deal with there, and I was just talking to somebody about this, is like the reason why banks can do what they can do, right? Loan out your money 10 times and basically turn $100 into $1,000 or something like that, right? Is because they do have the backing, of being able to print money. And if they can just print more money and just create more inflation because the banks said so, I mean, that's really how it works. They call up somebody, hey, I need more money. Well, here you go. You get more money. They get bailouts constantly. Now, the crypto market does not get those bailouts. This is why I said that when the Fed does create their own digital currency, and you see essentially the same things that are happening with banks happen with crypto, or their version of whatever that crypto is, you're going to see that backed by the US government as well, creating that FDIC insurance that a lot of people are going to want within a cryptocurrency, and people are just going to be stuck in the same place. This is the thing that I predict happening, right? You're going to see crypto that's definitely more mainstream. You're going to see a lot of people that get into it, and then you're going to have this launch of this cryptocurrency, this digital currency that's essentially the US dollar, but within the government standards. And you're going to see them run the same thing where they can loan out your money multiple times, just like FTX was doing, except be insured up to $250,000. So they're going to basically apply that same situation over to the digital currency as well. And I can't wait for that to happen, because then I can just be like, yep, here we go. They're trying to play catch up, and they are going to play catch up because they're going to offer something that nobody else can offer. If no other exchange or no other cryptocurrency or no other place can offer this $250,000 up to $250,000 in insurance, I mean, there's going to be a no-brainer that people go to the digital side of this. I was just talking to somebody about that. They can't do it because they don't have the full backing. They can't insure everybody. Maybe CZ is trying to get ahead of the FUD before BNB's price goes down, like the FUD gets to his coin, like CRO did with no facts. Just FUD and the price drop hurt a ton of people. You're right. I was expecting that, and I'm definitely surprised that even BNB dropped down to this low. I expected them, if we continued to see a lot of different FUD, but it seems like he comes out and just speaks about it right away. He does get ahead of it and did get ahead of it, but I don't know if he made it a better. I think he probably, with a lot of people, made it worse. But then there's a ton of people that are probably like, well, I'm glad that he came out and spoke. If you came out and spoke, then you are a transparent guy. And he is transparent. I believe Binance is pretty transparent. I don't know everything that happens within there, but I believe they're pretty transparent. I just think they have their mind in the wrong place when it comes to competition. I think competition is healthy, and maybe they don't think that way. It seems they don't think that way. Most I've ever been offered in a bank was 3%. 7 to 8% sounds wild to me. Of course it is. Of course it is, because it's crazy to look at how much banks actually make off of their loans that they give out, right? Because again, they can loan out your money, was it up to 10 times or something? and you're basically taking $100, turning it into $1,000 of loaned money, and then they also have to be paid back those loans. Now, there's sometimes maybe a certain percentage of those don't get fully paid, and then you lose out on that. But a lot of times you're going to see maybe 7 out of 10 loans that end up getting paid. That's where you know how much you can give out, you know how much you can leverage. So that's why you have whole departments that are, based on that, to check to see if you're reliable, if you will pay, and all of that other stuff. Because the higher that percentage is, the more money that bank can make, right? So they gain massive percentages, right? They may say, oh, we only gain 3% on this loan, so we can only pay you a certain amount. Well, you're gaining 3% times 10, right? You're gaining 3% on that loan plus another loan plus another loan plus another loan, and you're gaining, and depending on who you're loaning out to, it may be a higher percentage, right? So it may sound insane, but banks could offer a lot more. They just don't. I love your channel, but I can't agree with you on everything, especially on on CZ. But I think you're very knowledgeable, and I've made money in crypto using your ideas, and will support you always. I appreciate that, and I'm not saying anybody has to agree with me in any way. It's healthy to disagree. I'm okay with competition. I'm okay with conversations for discussions, debates. It's okay to have these conversations. I'm not going to hate you because you have a disagreement. I think we need to understand where somebody's mind is. I believe that CZ he says he's for the industry, but I think he's just for Binance, right? But that's just my opinion. He's only for Binance. He's not for the industry. That's what I mean. BNB started the bull run $30. Wait, started the bull? $30. It's holding very well. I remember when BNB was still at $18. I don't remember that. Watching from the Bahamas. Just get some more. Every time I hear it, I'm like, SBF. You saw SBF get arrested. What CZ did with LUNC rubbed me the wrong way. I understand it's a business, but for everyone to believe he was doing it for us, I don't believe so. That's another thing. Is like everything that has happened with Terra Luna Classic, and he still hasn't come out. I wanted someone to ask him, about the whole LUNC situation, but I know that maybe it should have been the forum to do that. But someone should have asked him about the whole, taking 50%. Maybe he doesn't know about it. Maybe he doesn't review all of the policies and stuff over there. He doesn't review all the proposals. And that's understandable if he doesn't. Like, he doesn't have time to sit here and review every proposal that goes through, every proposal that's passed within a community. Terra Luna Classic is not the only community within within his space. Sorry, I don't even know why I have this on still, because I'm not listening to anything. So yeah, I think what he did with Terra Luna Classic, not implementing the 1.2% burn and then kind of finessing the community, shows me, how he thinks. And I don't want to bash CZ too much. Like I said, I feel like, and everybody knows that he's a very, very smart guy. The only thing I'm saying is that I feel like his head is in the wrong place, and it's more of just like, we have to grow this business to the biggest and best ever, right? Even on YouTube, you have tons of competition, right? You understand that PewDiePie has 100 million subscribers. Mr. Beast has 118 million subscribers. Mr. Beast said he didn't want to pass, PewDiePie, but he ended up passing them by a lot. And I'm sure he'll be the first one to get to, first single channel to get to 200,000 or 200 million subscribers. If you are a LUNC owner, keep in mind every month he pulls 1 to 4 million of his profits he is burning, not ours. We can't get an exchange to burn our own money. Yeah, that's what I don't understand is he pulls money from his own pocket instead of pulling money from, us. So that's the way you think about it is like, all right, well, that's great of him to do that. We don't have to, factor in the tax, but when you have another option that kind of fights that, where you have the Binance Convert feature that fights what you have implemented, it doesn't make sense. And now we as a community, not necessarily just, the investors, but also the validators, voted for taking half of his generosity and, putting it into a community pool for us to use, right? For the community to use. I don't know. It's just weird all around. I'll tell you that. Guys, we have 200 or 325 people that are here. If you guys can hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. I have not, I wanted to go live on TikTok, but I don't have this stand set up on my desk yet. Yeah. But yeah, let's look at the crypto market really quick and then we'll get back into some comments. So right now the crypto market is currently down, currently up 2%. It's up to an $874 billion market cap. I remember when this was above $2 trillion worth of a market cap, seeing Bitcoin up to that $1.2 trillion market cap. Ethereum up to a 500 or 400, it was $500 billion market cap. Trying to, compete with Bitcoin and everything there. It was absolutely amazing. Seeing BNB up to a $100 billion market cap, seeing XRP up to a $90 billion market cap. Dogecoin was up to a $90 billion market cap as well. Cardano was up to a $99 or $100 billion market cap. Solana was up to a $100 billion market cap. You saw a lot of things that got up to that level of $100 billion, and it was amazing to see. And now you're seeing them at these lower levels here of like $8 billion, $2 billion, $12 billion. Seeing Terra Luna Classic down from 40 billion to 1 billion, Shiba Inu to 5 billion from being at 30 billion. Currently, everything is up though, or a lot of things are up. You're seeing BNB that's up 2%, XRP that's up 1.2%. Cardano that's up 1.5%, Polygon up 2.5%, 4% in the last 7 days, 7% for Solana. That's good to see, up to $14.18. If we scroll down here, we're going to see Cosmos that's up 5.4%. That's another position that I do hold. Algorand that's up 3%. Kronos that's up 2%. I want to see that run a lot. Quant that's sitting steady instead of growing like it was. It's now at $123, up about 2.7%. So yeah, I think the crypto market looks good today. It looked good yesterday after we saw the CPI data, and now we're seeing some pretty decent moves right now. Check the CRO burn. Do we have a larger burn there? The problem with CRO is that I don't know if this is truly like burns, but oh wow. Hold up. I might have to do a video on this. We have a large burn from crypto.com. Multi-sig wallet burned 4.2 billion coins. That has to be a thing. I have to make a video on that. Things just got interesting. That's going to be the title of it. I need to bring this up. Give me a second. That was 4 hours ago. 4.2 billion coins. Holy cow. Let me take a screenshot of this real quick. That's insane. Where's it at? New. Save save it as capture. Or I could just, you know what? Let me do this. Do a new, and we'll look at actions here, and then we will circle. Boom. And edit, copy. I'm gonna post this on in a second. On Twitter. Yeah, I'll put. That's crazy. He chose to shake us a few crumbs from our spread. What does that mean? No, not really. He said he charges $10 per transaction we all make. That's kind of our money. I mean, yeah, technically it is. You're right. It is our money, but I wouldn't say it's his generosity. When he said $10, I was like, what? $10 per transaction? Is that like standard? It's either it's $10 or the most amount of money. Did you see the video where Sam was running? I did see a video where Sam Bankman-Fried was running, and I couldn't help but laugh and rewind it because I was watching CoffeeZilla's video, which CoffeeZilla is freaking killing it, by the way. You know, everything that he's doing is getting over 1 million, maybe even 2 million. And then the whole Sam Bankman-Fried thing, the whole like I show speed situation with cryptocurrency got 5.1 or 5.2 million views. That is insane for a finance or even crypto channel to get 5.2 million views. And he's not really a crypto channel. He's an investigative channel, right? And speaks about crypto because that's where all of the scams actually are, or a lot of the scams. There are a ton of scams in real estate. There are a ton of scams everywhere, but there's a lot of people that are creating scam projects within cryptocurrency, and he's just freaking killing it. Like, I love seeing it, but then again, you know, obviously makes me a little bit jealous. That's insane to see crypto.com that high. 5 billion at 0.62. How much that burn cost? It should say the dollar figure right there. Quantity. Oh, it doesn't say the dollar figure. Thought it did. I don't know. Let me bring up my calculator. 4.2. Why did I put 0.2? Like I'm really typing it out. All right, 4.2 billion multiplied by 0.06. $252 million. Wow. Wow. That's a freaking lot. Let's wish SBF a merry jail terms. Wait, a merry jail terms for this Xmas? It's 5 billion multiplied by 0.06 to find the cost. What? Why is it 5 billion? We burned off a total of 5 billion? Because it's the quantity is 4.2 billion. Where are you getting 5 billion from? Could you make a video on Ches? I think I might have. I don't know. I think I might have. Give me a second. Let me make sure I'm not showing my screen here. Let me see if I have my YouTube and see what I've done. I think I made one on the NFA channel. So let me go to my other channels for the NFA channel. I'm pretty sure I did. Pretty sure. It sounds familiar. Maybe not. I thought I did. I mean, that's not. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, possibly. Why is this video not coming up? I have a video that I posted on this channel that does not show up. Why doesn't it show up on my channel? Like, I can find the video and share it with people, but if I didn't share it with anybody, nobody would have saw it because it's not on my channel. So I don't understand what's going on there, but maybe we'll have another update for Binance. Just going on what you said. How do you know that it's actually burned? It says it still has 25 billion in circulation. If you're looking at coin market cap, it doesn't always update. And also, this is the thing that I don't understand. I've been trying to understand for a while why we could see burns, but we don't see the overall max supply decrease. Because technically, if we look at the different detail, right? If we go into the screen real quick, if we look at the different detail, we're going to see that 82 billion has been burned. This means that essentially we should have, why can't I do math? 17 billion that's in circulation or in total supply. That's what that means. So I'm not understanding how that's not applying to this, but we're gonna have to see. All I know is that in the dead wallet, we're seeing 4.2 billion coins. I don't know what the hell that's for. That has happened to me too. Yeah, I actually, so I heard somebody else say this, a bigger content creator. He has like millions of followers, and he checked out his latest 2 videos, and he usually gets hundreds of thousands of views, and he got 2,000 views on these 2 videos because they weren't showing up on his channel. Don't sleep on Avax. You're right. Avax has potential. Man, I have a feeling CRO will explode to a higher price soon. I agree. If they're going to keep burning like this, definitely 100%. And I don't even know, like I said, I don't know if this is real burns, because it may be burns to bridge over to another chain, but I can't confirm that. These aren't real burns. Someone likely swapping wrapped ETH for a native CRO. Wait, what? Someone probably swapping that wouldn't line up if they swapped CRO for a different position there. I'm still not following. I mean, if they like I said, if they, what I've seen before is if you bridge to another chain, technically you still have the same amount of coins that you allocate to another chain. So you burn in one chain and mint in the other. So we'll have to see. We will have to see. But all I know is that this gets people excited and it brings hype to the overall position. So from what we see here, it looks like 4.2 billion has been burned. Still waiting on your upload of XStrip, Matt. You're still waiting on my upload of XStrip? Or on my new upload? I think the new website is what it comes to surprise a lot of people. The problem is that I don't want to talk about multiple the same position twice over on the other channel. I don't want to be pigeonholed into what I'm kind of doing everywhere else, where it's like you talk about one position, then you get a little bit of hype around it, you get a lot of questions, and that's where things start to, you know, trickle or snowball. So you're probably right. There is a new website, and I'll give it a little bit of time, and then I'll make a review. But I need to continue to upload other things, you know, and not just have questions on one position, if that makes sense. So maybe in like 5 more uploads, that'll probably be the case. Because if I go, let me actually go to my channel and go to NFA investing. So yeah, yeah, I made this video in XStrip a while ago, and you said that it was updated and all that. But again, I just don't want a bunch of questions and then have to, you know, re-upload that. But yeah, the video that I just posted, which is Binance related, is not showing up on my channel. I have all of my recent uploads, and I have, you know, the Jasmine upload, which is doing better than any other video that I've had. That's interesting. But then if I go to my main channel and I go to community, the community tab, you're going to see that I posted a video on NFA investing that has 739 views. It's, you know, talking about Binance. So also, if you guys want to check out any of my other channels, go to my main channel, check it out. I have a golf channel, I have an NFA channel, I have a reaction channel, gaming channel that I do plan to upload a lot to. So get ready for that because I want to upload, you know, different reactions to game trailers. I want to upload different gameplay because I do play a lot of, you know, video games for the storylines and stuff, and you know, it's just fun. But anybody that's interested in video games, you don't have to go over there, but definitely go over there if you are interested. I like to monetize everything. CZ is a bad guy. I don't trust him. I wouldn't say he's a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think his he's got his priorities maybe mixed up a little bit. He shouldn't be thinking about Binance being the like a monopoly, basically. CRO NFTs for Coca-Cola. What's that all about? CRO and NFTs for Coca-Cola. Do they have Coca-Cola NFTs or something on CRO? Because if Crypto.com drops a name brand NFT, that would be huge. Like if Crypto.com somehow got Pokemon to do their NFTs, I don't know. I would be hyped. First edition Pokemon NFTs. I think Pokemon is going to be doing NFTs, right? From what I saw something. Appreciate your time. Well, thank you for saying that. I thank you for being understanding. As I say, the new website vastly differs the first one. All right, sounds good. I'll have to just keep reminding me. After a couple of uploads, I will do that. It's a part of life. World Cup. There's a certain amount of NFTs available to claim each day. I think XRP is going to be huge and will be driving force for the new monetary system once the SEC gets their their act together and educates themselves on its true potential. I don't know. I think I feel like you know, our government just wants to implement something of their own and just keep the same thing running, but just in a digital sense. Have you bought any of the Marvel comics from uh BB super low price right now on the market section? I just bought 30 today. No, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to look at that. I always wanted to get comics, like collectible comics, but I never explored it. Well, I have explored it on eBay, but I'm so like I don't want to buy things on eBay because I always feel like things are fake. Even though like you can confirm that things are real now. They have a like authenticity, some sort of thing that they have with their platform, but I'm not sure. Why did I put that into the wrong place? Wrong place, wrong time. All right, in 4 minutes, I'm gonna have to get off here. So, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. XRP can win the case against the SEC. It will be a catalyst for reversal, for overall reversal. God of War, Ragnarok is amazing. Trying to 100% everything before the new game plus its release, if it is. That and the Fed pivoting the interest rate. No problem, Matt. Will do. Appreciate your time. I understand you're super busy, and I don't want even on top of all the props. Okay, thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for being a member as well. I appreciate it. Vera City. I don't know what that is. Yes, there is an NFT platform for CRO now. Well, I know there's an NFT platform for CRO. I know that. I'm saying if CRO starts getting like name brand NFTs, that would be huge. CRO. Wait, CRO land sale also happened. Governments have to check CZ and Elon Musk for justice. Have a good day. Have a good day trading, guys, and thanks, Matt. Yep, no problem. I got about 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna head out of here. We've been live for about an hour and 18 minutes. We had a good, listen to CZ and everything that he had to say there. We have a good amount of views today, good amount of likes. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. The only NFT that makes sense are IP-based NFTs. Look those up. May go live later. Keep your eyes open on Twitter. Will do. I will do. Crazy thing is today, I don't think we talked even a little bit about. I think it might have been a little bit about Terra Luna Classic. I don't think there's much going on right now. But talking about CZ was the main point today, was the fact that he's a fan of monopolies. No, I may be speaking out of turn there. But yeah, guys, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter at Perry8K, you can follow me there. Don't forget about any of the other links that are down there, any of my other social medias. You can follow my Instagram, you can follow my Twitter, you can follow my my TikToks, which I do plan on doing a lot more with the golf TikToks that I have. You know, thank you, DJ Trev. Thank you for that super sticker. Am I the cheerleader, or are you a cheerleader doing that? Is that, I don't know who's doing that. Tell me who's doing. I don't know who's doing that. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. But everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Any subscribers, any new subscribers, any new members, I appreciate all of you guys. Any old members, I appreciate all of you as well. Thank you, RPM, for that super chat. I appreciate that as well. 2 minutes before the greatest closing you ever hear. I can't wait. No, it's not the greatest closing. If I had to, I guess, add a conclusion to this live stream, I think we need to look into CZ a little bit more. I understand that people are creating all this drama related to Binance and saying that Binance is, going to be the next to collapse and the biggest to collapse, and people are just going to lose a lot of money and all that stuff. That's not what we're saying. At least it's not what I'm saying, and I don't believe that at all. I don't want Binance to collapse, because that would be devastating in the crypto market. But I think what we need to do is have a reality check with all of the different investors and understand that we need competition. Whether we have crypto.com, whether we have Coinbase or whatever, you need competition, and competition in your own portfolio. So if you have $30,000, split it somewhere, because it shouldn't be held in one single exchange. It shouldn't be held in one single wallet. I mean, if you want to hold it into a wallet, you can hold it into a wallet. That's the safest for you. But in order to show that you believe in different exchanges in the crypto market, you have to basically invest your money into all these other exchanges, or a couple of other exchanges. 2 is enough. Competition can be within 2, or you can be within 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, but we need competition. So anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the likes. And I will catch you guys in the next video.